for me. When I got on, I paid them back and told them it was ugly. I'd rather ask forgiveness like 100 times than be asking for permission in a beggar's line. Cause of who I be and check out how I tend to mine. I got a partner who don't eat no pork at dinner time, but let you act like you gon' ever hurt her.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They run with Jacobs on first down, and he'll take this forward for about 5. So a nice run right there. And worth mentioning, their usual starting running back out this week. The hope is it's just a short-term absence. But this is where it pays, Charles, to have a quality reserve that you can turn to when you need it.
And to me, they definitely have that because this is a guy who's more than capable of picking up the slack. And he's likely going to see a big share of carries as this one progresses. And how many times do we see running backs jump into the breach and have big games?
They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And this one is incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper at least, a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on the schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead, make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Throwing Jones.
And that'll be caught by Tony.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now Jones. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit. And they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
Carr now on first down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. So, Charles, you talk about this offense as we play here in Week 9 of the 2021 season. Normally, you're slipping kind of past the halfway point, but now with the season expanding to 17 games, you kind of think that teams might look up and say, gosh, we still have a lot of football left to go.
No doubt about it. Remember, they've had their open week already, so this could be a straight shot all the way from here on out. To me, the best coaches, they tell their teams, hey, I'll take care of you during the week. You just leave it all out there on game day, and I'll make sure you're ready for the next one.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down. On play action, now Carr. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now... Fourth down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're at the halfway point of the season, Charles, 8-0. What a great start. Clearly a Super Bowl contender, if not the outright favorite, through 2 months to win the whole thing.
Well, there aren't too many bad things you can say right now because this team is playing pretty well. They've had a couple of injuries. That could plague them down the stretch. But their intensity doesn't waver. I think the road to the Super Bowl is going to go through them in the playoffs. And if you're on their road, things could be bumpy for you.
And he's got room. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Jones now on 1st and 10. He finds his man complete. It's Thornton. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On second down, here's Barkley. And he works 3. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Well, with Saquon Barkley, you often think of the elusiveness, the quickness, but he can definitely run with purpose as well, and he's able to shed a tackler there and continue on. Gano for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And he'll get this up to about the 40.
Jalen Smith, the NFC's leading tackler in 2020, there on the stop defensively.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Now a run with a fullback Johnson. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around, hand it to the big fella, and let him get forward for a first down.
Now they'll throw with Carr. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Another try after the first down sack. Carr. And he's going to go down again. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation. Run and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
Now on 4th down, honors the punt team sending this one away. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And Jones will hit the deck here, and he is able to pick up the first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now Jones on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year.
And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 21-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete. That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Carr. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Well, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception. Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot. Touchdown! Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Giants are able to add on to their first half lead. Gano the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff. And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. And that'll set them back 5. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming. Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Steps away. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that is incomplete. I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion. Play action. Now it's Carr. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. play fake. Carr. He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney.
And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Here's Jones throwing on first down. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And Gano's kick is right through. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Jones throw caught by Tony.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy...
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Raiders will take over here just shy of the 30. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spend in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Now they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And there's a typical run by Josh Jacobs, one where as a defender, you have to make a decision about how you approach him because he's awfully physical with the ball in his hands. 12 touchdowns on the ground last year after 7 as a rookie, and he was a 1,000-yard rusher in each of his first 2 seasons. Wouldn't surprise me with enough touches, he could easily crack the 1,500-yard mark.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
59 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On play action, it's Carr. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long game or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Carr. That's going to be caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Davante Adams. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is down to 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It's a big-time play there for the G-men.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
That catch good for only a couple. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Giants just continue to pour it on. Extra point try good by Gano. And that will extend this big lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Now Carr. He's going deep for Brown. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 22. And the Giants are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Off play action. Jones. He finds his man, complete. That's Thornton. Touchdown, Giants!
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Gano now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
Now a second down and 6.
Now Carr on the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The Raiders on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Carr going to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Azeez Ojulari in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's A.J. Cole now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. This is taken at the 15. There he goes left side. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. Mark that down as an 85-yard punt return. And the Giants add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Gano the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the fourth quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Brown. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play there for the Raiders. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Barkley. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there.
But nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It was Anthony Averett who got him down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll go to Barkley again. Barkley a first down and more. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And even 100 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. And to give this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A handoff to Barkley. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points